So yeah, I thought I'd do another video on giving up, as I do think giving up is very easy, especially these days, but just in general. As I could argue that with my current situation, that it feels like the system kind of like pushes me into giving up. It kind of sets me up into giving up in life, reaching ambitions, goals that are out of reach. Like it just seems to be a common thing at the minute. Seems to be a thing which I might get into a bit later on. But yeah, I think at the minute like I'm taking acting classes. I've taken a bit of an interest in acting in recent years, probably like the last decade or so, through like I don't know, collecting films, getting into films, and I thought to myself that I could do that. And like I've been taking classes, and I don't know, I'm starting to kind of lose interest in it a bit. In it, like starting to lose interest in it a little bit because of like motivation, the nature of that industry, where the acting industry is very ruthless and cutthroat and unpredictable, where you don't know where your next job's going to come from. And I remember in like my last class, I couldn't remember my lines because I didn't put the effort into practicing them. Because, in all honesty, and this probably sums me up, it's probably because I just couldn't be arsed. I weren't motivated enough to do it, didn't really get round to it. Laziness. And I guess that might probably mirrors where I'm at with it when it comes to acting, where my head's probably kind of elsewhere or just giving up. And it's no secret, I do admit I am pretty much a lazy bastard. I wasn't exactly the sort of person that did well at school. I didn't really take school that seriously. I don't think I didn't. I wasn't the sort of person that did my homework and all that because I just simply wasn't interested. And when it comes to this, where you have to put in the hours and the practice to learn your lines when it becomes an actor, I do find that quite challenging and difficult because of motivation. I'm just not motivated. I'm someone that works when I want to work in my own time, my own hours, my own pace. That's just how I am, and that's how I've always been, to be honest. So yeah, I've only got myself to blame, I guess, but I guess that probably mirrors where I'm at, where I'm just like, I don't know if I can be arsed doing this anymore. Then I don't know, you start to get reminded and start to think about things that probably got you interested in acting in the first place, like a couple of actors that I'm interested in. There's this Irish actor, like a female one, I can't really remember her name, but she was in Hannah and a few other films like Brooklyn. Irish actor, don't really know the full background or anything. I think there's a bit of nepotism there, but when it comes to acting, it's about nepotism, and I don't really. I'm definitely not a nepo baby, and I don't know. Like, I look up to actors that I think seem more relatable. Where, for example, this one actor is an Irish actor, not similar parts to the world from where I'm from, I guess. But I don't know too much about her background, but I think her dad was an actor or is an actor still. But so there's sort of nepotism there. So I guess she probably had a foot in the door with that industry. But I read on her Wikipedia that she was born in New York. I think she grew up. She lived in Brooklyn and moved back to Ireland at the age of 3. So that's sort of like a bit of an unusual upbringing where she was born in New York, then she moved back to Ireland. So I don't know if there's a bit. I read that she was kind of working class, middle class, I guess, where parents worked in bars and stuff to make a living. So it's kind of like sort of relatable, I guess. But yeah, that's an example that reminds me of developing my interest in it. And people like Cillian Murphy, again, I don't really know his full background. I don't, not to what I know of, I don't know if there's any nepotism there. And he just came from quite an average family, quite an average middle class family of teachers, I think, and he's doing alright for himself and stuff. So they're just examples that remind me about my interest and like a passion that I developed for it. Storytelling, but I don't know, I'm not gonna lie, I'm kind of lost interest probably because of the nature of the industry, and I don't know if I've really got it in me. I don't really know if I've really got the energy in me to kind of go through it, you know, that unpredictability and stuff. Another thing is like, you know, with my current situation and being in supported living where you kind of set up to be unemployed, be a dodos in, don't know, vulnerable adult class, and it's not for me. I know I'm better than that. I know I've got a bit of more potential, and I was talking to my auntie about it, and she said it's not right. But that's the system for you. That's another example, another way of them controlling, being authoritarianism and all that sort of stuff, which is, I believe, this government and the system's all about, to be honest, in all honesty, where if I tried getting a job, it would just complicate things where I could potentially lose my house or lose money or lose out on stuff that put me in a more unstable position in life. And I just don't think that's right. I've just got to the point with the nature of the work industry and that sort of stuff that I just gave up on it. I just don't see the point where it's next to impossible to get a job. It's very difficult, and I blame the government, I blame the system, like where I think they're corrupt as anything. They don't work in our favour, I don't think. I think they're very much against us, I believe. And vulnerable adults are just the easy target. So it's very easy to just give up. That's just the easy option. Where life and the way the world works is so difficult, where it kind of works against you. The game's rigged, basically. So I just kind of don't really see the point. So I guess I need some sort of support. Talk to a few people about it, talk to family members about it. So I guess the way I'm living at the minute, it's not really right, it's not fulfilling, it's quite soul destroying, it's soul crushing, you know, rotting in this house when you know you got potential, being treated like there's something wrong with you, like certain sport workers. I just don't think they understand, they kind of don't get it, and they're quite useless in all honesty. Not all of them, but I think a lot of there is a few I can think of that are quite useless, I think. And you're just stuck in the same position, and it's that hopeless existence is soul destroying when you're deemed as lesser than, incapable, vulnerable, all that sort of stuff, disabled. It's soul destroying. I think that's just the way the world's and the system's set me up, where the system just doesn't allow you to reach your potential. So it is easy to give up on life, give up on things, stay in, like, and staying in just gets to your head. Like yesterday, it got to my head, judging on my previous video where I was talking a lot about lust, where I've got, I don't know, like falling in love, that gets to my head a lot, where it emotionally drains you and you just don't really know what to do. But yeah, I think that's all I've got to say in this video, in all honesty. Yeah.